Thanks for joining us. Now, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, has issued a flood alert to communities close to the Weija Dam and advised residents to relocate to safer grounds. The warning is due to water in the dam rising to alarming levels that requires the dam be opened to spill excess water, that is to prevent it from collapsing. The Ghana Water Company Limited began spilling excess water this week, but there are fears that more torrential rains in the eastern region would require authorities to spill more water. We have been joined on the phone by Mohammed Jafara, in charge of man-made disasters and fire as the regional office of NADMO. Good morning, good afternoon, Mr. Jafara. Thanks for joining us. How long will the people have to stay away from their homes?
Thank you very much, my brother, and good afternoon to your listeners and residents of Weija. I think for some weeks now, the Ghana Water Company has been sealing the Weija Dam to save the dam from collapse, as you said, and also to make sure that we don't experience any disaster within the catchment area of the dam and the low-lying communities like South-Suman, Glacé, and its environment.
Are these evacuations aided by NADMO?
Yes. Every year when the dam is full and it needs spillage, we normally undertake education and sensitization along the banks of the dam to make sure that residents who are living around there move to safe havens, and those who need to be assisted to be evacuated are assisted by NADMO, the Weija Municipal Assembly, and then the government.
How many people have been evacuated so far?
Actually, offhand, what I think I can mention to you is that let me start by giving you the picture of the dam first. As at last week, the level of the water, which we have never experienced for some years now, was around 48.2 inches. That is very, 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 very high, I should say. And as at this morning, when we inspected it with the Ghana Water Company, it has come down to 47.3. And then they have also opened 4 gates. Gate 2 has been opened and operating at 18 inches level. Gate 3 is operating at 16 inches level. Gate 4 is operating at 12 inches level. And Gate 5 is operating at 7 inches level.
Okay.
Gate 1 is faulty. They are now working very, very hard to make sure that it becomes functional.
Right. So, Mr. Jafara, how many persons have we aided to evacuate the area so far?
Actually, communities that have been affected by the spillage, I can mention to you, are communities like Tetegu, Away, and Choice areas. They have been affected, and the number of people that have been affected is beyond about 700 to 1,000 people, but some of them are actually living with their friends and let me say relatives.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Jafara, for joining us. He is with NADMO, in charge of man-made disasters. Now, some residents of Achim in the eastern region have taken to the streets to protest what they say is government's failure to release funds for rehabilitation works to begin on the Jubilee Bridge on the Accra-Oda Road, led by the Achim-Oda Concerned Citizens Association, ACOCA. The residents say the bridge is in a deplorable state and it's about time government moved swiftly to deal with the situation. The bridge, according to them, has become weak and consistently traps vehicles and other road users. They say for 9 months, they have made series of complaints to the municipal chief executives, Kobna Bimpong, and that has been made to no avail. Now, the group Concerned citizens of Kumada have threatened to completely block the road if government fails to construct the bridge. Here are some sights and sounds of the demonstration. We have Bismarck Oforiatta on the phone. He's the organizer of the Concerned Citizens of Achimota. Bismarck, how long has the bridge been in this state, and how serious is the state of the bridge really?
Hello, yes, sir. Good afternoon to join you, listeners. This bridge has been in this state for the past 9 months now. The bridge has got into 8 deplorable states, as you can see on the television, for 9 good months. We've served several petitions to the government, to the municipal chief executive officer, to the MP, to all opinion leaders concerning the bridge. But as of now, there's nothing that has been done. The only thing that you hear from them is we send petition to the road and highway minister. They send petition to the Eastern Regional Minister. They inform our senior minister, who was once a member of parliament of Kumada. But the concerned youth, we've not seen anything concerning the development of the bridge. And therefore, we deem it necessary to organize this peaceful demonstration.
Bismarck, why has it taken you this long to shout about this?
Thank you so much. There are processes involved in organizing a demonstration. We need to serve petitions to those in authorities on several occasions. So as we keep on sending petitions, they keep on telling us that the bridge will be reconstructed very soon. As of last month, we, the Akama members and the municipal chief executives and the security officers, we went to the bridge to see how deteriorating the bridge was. And there was a promise that within 2 weeks' time, there will be workers, engineers on the bridge to help us reconstruct the bridge. But as of now, we've not seen anything. So we sent several petitions to them, but the petitions have proved fatal. There's nothing that has come out, and therefore we need to organize this demonstration.
Thank you very much, Bismarck Oforiatta, for joining us. Now, away from the eastern region, several households in the Keta municipality of the Volta region have been displaced after strong tidal waves that hit the coastline recently. The residents have been rendered homeless, with women and children greatly affected. The area, which lies around an estuary where the river Volta enters the sea, has been experiencing periodic tidal waves for years. Watch this.
In fact, my brothers, this is very serious and a very terrible thing. As you can see here, looking at your back, you see the bus stop here. You see 1,001 people sitting there just relaxing because they cannot be in their various houses. The whole house is flooded, including their bedrooms. There's no place in the town that they can sit. That's why they are sitting here at this particular moment. So currently, as you can see, the whole town is flooded. The most permanent thing that they can do now is to dredge the source from which the water has been coming from. And when that place is being dredged down to the main lagoon, then they will not experience this sort of flooding. As you can hear from the people around, this happens about 40 years back. So it is something that they're not expecting that it will happen. So this one, it just happened all of a sudden. And that is it for now.
So what are you doing currently to help the situation as NADMO?
Yeah, we have written report to our regional office for assistance. We make some suggestions to them. For instance, we are asking that they should let the central government know of their plight. It is not a matter of giving them relief item. It's a matter of solving the kind of problem that they are facing now. That is dredging the place. Aside that, then they should be relocated. That's a resettlement.
The whole community.
The whole community. Because as you can see, the erosion is taking place every blessed day. So you see that the base of their foundation is almost showing. So that should tell you that there's so much erosion in the town. So either they resettle them or the lagoon being dredged. That will be a permanent solution to them. Now, currently, since some of them, all of them cannot be in their various houses.
Our Volta region correspondent Ivy Sechoji spoke earlier with Mamavi Oswabuaje on News Desk to give the latest.
So the situation is still the same. The people are still displaced with no relief items, no one coming to help them as of now. The NADMO says they are yet to give them relief items. These people are still in the water or they are displaced. And some of them have to put up with families or relatives in neighboring villages or towns in that area. This situation, because they cannot even cook there, so they normally have to join the canoe to the other side of the village before they can cook and even wash. So the situation is still the same. And talking about education, the schools, about 3 schools in the area are closed. Children are at home now, waiting until something is done about the situation. They will still stay at home.
So what's the alternative for the people now that you say NADMO has not made any interventions?
Well, for now, they are saying they don't know what to do. But the NADMO officer suggested that the lagoon is dredged for them. But that is not immediate, though. For now, they are asking them to relocate, stay with families and friends until the government does something about the situation. But the MCE, Seth Yomovu, is also saying that he is trying his best to see if they can get some relief items to them by next week.
Are the people ready to relocate?
Well, that is the problem. The people are also not ready to relocate. Okay, so mostly the men are still there managing the water, if I may say, until something is done. But other people, especially women and children, some of them have to put up with friends and family.
Now, away from that, a 4-year-old girl in kindergarten 2 has been left with severe bruises after her teacher subjected her to strong lashes for allowing her homework to be done for her. The girl's father, Emmanuel Ajekum, who was incensed by the marks on her daughter's skin, said when he went to the school to inquire what had happened to the child, the unrepentant teacher told him to report the case to whoever he wishes to. After Joy News aired the story, the said teacher has since been suspended.
So we've closed on Wednesday, went home. The next week, when I came to school, just we told this happened. This what happened at the crèche. So not long after, the child's father came with the child to the school. So we sat down and we talked and showed me what has happened. So I made an apology to him for wrong to me by the check consent. that under 6 years, you're not supposed to use cane on the kids.
Wait, for children under 6 years?
Yes, you're not
Children under 6 years, you're not supposed to use canes. Well, what about those above 6 years?
No, we don't use cane in teaching and learning. We don't use that. Occasionally, if a child is so difficult, I'll use that word, or may I say indisciplined, we use that lightly.
No, but you know, the Ghana Education Service has actually banned corporal punishment in schools.
No stuff.
Basic school, secondary school. No, so even if occasionally you use it, you're still flouting the GS directive.
I'll come there. No staff is allowed to use cane.
Okay.
Only the headmaster. For correction. And as a master too, I must look into the case. When I need to call the parents in, I do so. But normally, hardly is the case used by the headmaster. It becomes so serious because the parents in, so they can take the matter up themselves. But no staff are allowed to use cane on the kids. But this happened at the nursery level, under 4 years. So we don't have to go beyond that. That's what I'm talking about. What has happened, and now my worry is, I'm disturbed, I'm worried, I'm angry, because severally I speak that we don't use cane to teach. We use cane as a pointer. Now, what happened? I stand here now, I don't know what to say.
But we are told that this is a third time the teacher is actually inflicted.
I am not aware of the first incident, second, nearly the third. I'm just told just Thursday morning. So I just went there yesterday, found out after I had a meeting with the management and the board. And conclusion was that I said he must be suspended indefinitely. And that I passed on to him yesterday, and that is that.
Okay. So as we speak now, the teacher has been suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a member of the management, the school's management team. That you'll be meeting today also to discuss further the issues that have come up. Are you able to tell us what you'll be discussing?
We're discussing about what happened on Wednesday evening. And already the proprietor himself said we should suspend him indefinitely because of the whole issue. And I think we've already spoken to the parent. He came here on a Thursday morning. We all spoke, but it looks like the matter was already being on air and everything and all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down today and take a decision, have a meeting, which the headmaster he's been directed to have a meeting, which he did yesterday. So he's going to have that meeting. He's already had that meeting, so we are going to have another meeting today. So that.
Still live on News Today, I am Daniel Daze. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, President Akufo-Addo has extended the contracts of the recently appointed Deputy Inspector General of Police, COP James Opongbuanu, by yet another year. The extension is set to follow a request made by COP Opongbuanu to the President. A statement from the Presidency said the President gave a 1-year extension on the contract, even though the request was for 2 years. The extension, however, comes at a time that there has been some disquiet among members of the public over what appears to be an insistence on the appointment of commissioners of police who are retired or almost retired into the top hierarchy of the service, even though there are other equally qualified commissioners who could have been appointed. So here's a quick summary of some of the senior members of the Ghana Police hierarchy. We have the IGP COP David Asante Apietu, who is currently retired, COP James Opongbuanu, Deputy IGP, who is also retired. There's also COP Prosper Aglo, who has a year till retirement, and then COP Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, COP Christian Tete Yohunu, and COP Kofi Boache. So these are various commissioners of police now. It's important to note that in the police hierarchy, when you become a COP, you can't go any further. You can only be promoted to IGP. Now, we have listed them in terms of their ranks in terms of seniority among the COPs. There's also Beatrice Zakpa Vipsanziri, who has a year and a half to retire, And there's COP Akuribayagi, COP David Ampabeni, COP Maxwell Atingani, who also has a year to retire, and COP Kenya Boa. We'll keep our eye on this story and we'll be keeping you updated. But in the meantime, the National Democratic Congress's Deputy National Organizer, Joseph Akama, says he will not be intimidated by the ruling NPP government, despite charges of offensive conduct following his comments at the Timpani Senior High School. You would recall that the headmaster of the school was suspended for allowing the NDC activists to incite the students against government's flagship program, Free Senior High School. But Joseph Akama told Raymond Aqua on Upfront he will continue to expose government's lapses in running free SHS.
Handle me the way you want to handle me,
yes,
but make sure the children, the situation that they find themselves in, they get out of that situation. That's more important to me. But you can do anything to me. I'll go to their aid.
But you not say shame to the president.
This time,
sorry, you not say shame to the president.
Yeah, but I'll expose what the students are going through.
You not say shame to the president.
I may not.
Okay, wonderful. So you've learned a lesson from the current engagement with the police.
Oh, honestly, no. It has nothing to do. I mean, it's freedom of speech. Yeah, I did. I mean, I exhibited my freedom of speech.
You don't support that speech any longer, do you?
I do.
You do?
I do, yes. I
you
do.
think that people should say shame to the president?
Yes. I mean, what insult didn't people insult President Mahama?
So is
he not human being?
Payback?
No, it's not about payback.
Okay, now let me get this straight from you.
It's not about payback.
Because
you know, I may be saying it more because I know I have a human rights lawyer as the president.
Yes.
You understand?
I get you.
And he understands human rights. And he understands freedom of speech. And even though he was the one who championed the repeal of the criminal libel law.
He was behind it.
He was behind it. He pushed it.
Yes.
He pushed it harder.
Criminal and seditious libel.
Exactly. He pushed it. So I salute him for that. He's giving me that power. So I have it.
Even though members of your...
Still watching Joy News today. Now, girls in second cycle institutions in the Upper West region are advocating for free medical bills for rape and defilement victims. According to them, the inability of victims of rape and defilements to pay medical bills is inhibiting justice for the victims. The girls made the statement at a radio panel discussion to commemorate the International Day of the Girl Child. Joy News' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
Unlike previous years, where the celebration of the day is marked with road shows, street procession, and road marches with numerous placards to drum home the message of the importance of the day, this year's celebration was held in grand style and codenamed The Takeover. Students from some second cycle institutions in the region had a rare opportunity as sit-in hosts and panelists at Radio Upper West to deliberate on issues affecting the development of girls in the country. The major issue discussed by the students is the inability to pay medical exam fees, thus inhibiting justice for rape and development victims.
So let's discuss with all health facilities and say that, look, all public health facilities across the region, whether it's in Tumu, in Jirapa, in Laura, in Nadoli, in Wa, in whichever place, if there's a defilement case that goes to a hospital, please treat the person free of charge and submit the bill to the to maybe a coordinating unit who will now look at it and find ways to deal with it. For me, this is what we can do at least to ensure that everybody has equal access to justice.
Sani Ambamba and Azifatu took part in the panel discussion.
Being in school right now, your mom is not around, your father is not around. You are just with some people outside. Maybe you know some of them outside school. But when you come to the school, it's a serene environment for all of you to learn. But if you come and some of these things happen to you, how would you handle it? And maybe if you even handle it, how will it be proceeded for you to get justice? So we were just there to urge our education directors and stakeholders to put much emphasis on the girl child because we are vulnerable.
The event is being organized by child-centered and governmental organization Plan International Ghana in collaboration with some civil society organizations. Eric Inyaba is a plan unit manager of the Upper West region.
To be able to waive this particular fee or at worst put this fee as part of the national health insurance cost areas so that any child, any girl that suffer victim should have free access to medical examination, and the report being the most important item to ensure investigation and prosecution should be made available without any cost to the victim. Already victims are very frustrated when they go through this. They are very, very down, and then there are a lot of problems psychologically that they go through. And for them to be thinking that they have to still cough out about 200 to 300 to be able to secure a medical examination form is really an injustice and unfair issue that we apply to girls who fall victims to rape and defilement.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Now, for many in the corporate world who value every minute of their time, where and when to have an ideal lunch is the puzzle they must solve every day. Such persons will have to worry no more, especially those at Cantonment, Osu and the Laboni area. The Grill Room restaurant has launched a business menu to cater for the needs of the corporate world. Joining us is Selinam Ampo was at the Grill Room for a lunch meeting and now reports.
The Grill Room restaurant at the Fiesta apartment is situated in the heart of Cantonment, Accra. It is the ideal hangout for businessmen and women who would like to have a quick and affordable 3-course meal on their lunch break.
Okay. So this is the Grill Room restaurant. We serve a la carte menus here. We don't do buffets. And we realized that it's very difficult getting the markets where we are able to serve people within a short time for them to go back to their offices. So we launched this menu called the Business Lunch to serve people within a short time so that they can go back to their offices on time. Well, our expectation is to increase the lunch business in the Grill Room. Initially, we used to get just few covers because many people didn't want to sit and wait for long. But now with the introduction of the business lunch, we are expecting to increase the numbers. So we've been running it for some time now, testing the market. We've gotten feedback from people, what they really want to see. We've introduced the menu, we've made some changes, so we've also gotten lots of feedback. We've gotten database, so we'll be sending the menus out to people. And we expect them to come during their lunch break, eat within a short time, maximum 45 minutes you are served, and then you can go back to your office.
The restaurant has a warm and welcoming ambience accompanied with relaxing music as customers enjoy their meals.
I think it's a really beautiful place. I think the ambience is really, it gives you that feel of intimacy, and I like to come here sometimes to just chill out a bit. And
how is the food?
The food was really good. It's very different, but it was really good.
So you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I did.
At the Grill Room, the chef turns ingredients into a world of culinary delight where the West meets Africa and customers can enjoy local lunch with a continental touch.
Well, I think it's very important. After doing the judging of West Africa, it was all about using the local produce, the local talent, but then coming with the international training, development, and through infusing the local produce, mostly seafood is quite prominent, and it's one of our top sellers, and then using international concepts in terms of like our traditional lamb shank has now become one of our really top dishes. And then obviously our grill items, as South Africa, we all know the restaurant Butcher's Grill, Pigaul's in Santon, that is all part and parcel of Grill Room. So you're literally going to experience a bit of local, whole fish, fresh seafood, grill items, well-matured meat, and you will not be disappointed in the Grill Room restaurant here in Accra.
Selinam Ampo's report for Joy News.
That looks tasty. You might want to head there for lunch. But it's now time for business with Sandra Esinam Afenu.